Hello and welcome back to the Football Chat podcast. We're here for our Premier League mid-season review. It is episode 85 today of the podcast. 15 more to go to the big century. And yeah, if you're watching the visuals on YouTube, you'll be seeing that we are in World Cup mode now. It's looking amazing in here. And yeah, quite exciting times. We'll have our World Cup predictions out tomorrow. So we've got 2 podcasts for you this week. And then hopefully we'll be able to keep making podcasts throughout the World Cup. But we're going to run through the clubs today. We're going to talk about their seasons. I think we'll go alphabetical order. Yeah. That makes the most sense. Therefore, if you want to see your club ranked, you can just find it in the alphabetical order. I might have done it in chapters. Probably not. Probably forgotten completely to do that. But yeah, should we get started?
I think we should.
With AFC Bournemouth. Because it's been a good season for the Cherries.
A great season. I mean, and especially the fact that the team that they've played in the first 15 games, and the way they've played. Obviously, Scott Parker started them off this season, and O'Neill is, well, so far only the caretaker manager, but he's still there. It's been a very, very long.
Did you see that they are linked with Marcelo Bielsa?
That would be an incredible appointment.
That'd be amazing.
Because looking at the stats, it's been a very good, decent season. 14th in the league for a promoted side. That is very, very good.
It's strong. They're certainly not. If they're bottom of the league at this point, they're a few points off. You're thinking it's kind of done, isn't it? But 14th in the league, while I still think they'll struggle, it's a very good start. In terms of a standout performer, who would you name? I know who's on the tip of my tongue, but who would you go for?
I mean, for me, it's got to be Marcus Tavernier.
I think that's recency bias for going.
I don't think it is. Highest average football rating out of all Bournemouth players. 2 goals, 4 assists. Yes, he's not their top goal scorer, but their top goal scorer has only 4 goals. And who is their top goal scorer?
Dom Solanke, baby.
It is not.
Is it not?
It's Kiefer Moore on 4 and Philip Billing on 4, Solanke on 3.
Yeah, but Solanke's better.
Solanke has 3 goals, 3 assists. The key players have stepped up. Marcus Tavernier, Philip Billing, Kiefer Moore, Dom Solanke have really stood out for me. And I think especially those strikers, they expected goals of 11.7. They've scored 18 goals. They're massively overperforming their expected XG.
Well, that's all Billing, isn't it? I think all of his shots combined have about an XG of 0.03. But he just pings them from anywhere.
It's been really good for a team that averaged 2.1 goals conceded every game.
That seems ridiculously good.
And for a team that averages possession 38.1% possession of all their games, and that is both bottom for the Premier League stats, to be in 14th is very, very good.
They're the highest goals conceded per game, and yet they're 14th. Yeah, well, I don't think Liverpool would have helped with that.
Exactly, because when I look at it, they're 6th out of all Prem clubs for clean sheets.
Even Leeds, they conceded 4 then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so overall, Bournemouth, what are we thinking as a ranking? Because I think they've been very impressive this year, but what would you give them? You've got to try and scale this, because obviously, compared to other clubs...
grades, we're getting letters, aren't we?
Yeah, they're not going to be an A-star.
I would say
you've got to bear in mind they're both... I'd go fairly similar. I think I'd go a B.
B+.
So I'm happy with B+. We'll try and do a joint ranking. Obviously, if one of us is an F and one of us wants to go for A-star...
I think that might come in very, very soon, in that 2 days'
You reckon, time. Yeah. All right, next up then, Arsenal. I mean, position, top of the league.
What a season.
First in the league. They've been sensational. And, we've run out of words to describe them, really. Just been ridiculously
won all
good
6 of their home games, and they've only lost 1 away game, and drew 1 away game. They've only lost 1 all season, and that was to United.
I think what we've seen the most of is that they don't slip up. And that's what that's what cost them in recent seasons, is those games where, they've got Wolves away and the team just aren't really up for it and they throw away 3 points. They've not done that this year. Yeah. Even toughies, they were struggling against Villa. They were struggling against Fulham. They saw those games through. Only one lost their name against Manchester United, a club that you never know what United's going to turn up. Yeah. Are they going to win 5-0? Are they going to lose 7? You'd never know.
Again,
outperforming
their XG by 6. They've scored 33 goals, XG of 27.1. And I think, personally, you talk about Martin Odegaard. Phenomenal this year.
Fair enough.
6 goals to his name and a lot of assists. I don't know how many. 2 assists.
Too many.
7.74 average football rating in only 13 games. It's been a phenomenal season for the Norwegian.
Yeah, I think you've highlighted Odegaard. I'd probably say Gabriel Martinelli. I think he's where Jesus has struggled to score. Martinelli has scored.
Everyone has been. I feel like Jesus has gone a bit under the radar. I think people are forgetting that he has 5 goals and 5 assists this season, which is second in both of Arsenal's rankings.
Yeah, it's good for Arsenal's rankings, but he scored half the goals of a Harry Kane.
Yeah, I get that.
Haaland scored 13 more than him. That just demonstrates once again how ridiculous Haaland is. But yeah, it's not been a fantastic season for Jesus, but he's doing all right.
But for Arsenal overall, it's been a really, really good season, and if they keep it up after the World Cup, they should be high flying towards the Premier League title.
They've not got too many players going, and even the players that are, I don't think they'll play too much.
Saka is
going, but I don't know if he'll start. Ben White,
Odegaard's not
I don't think he'll start. Ramsdale, sorry, I don't think he'll start.
Yeah, so that's a few non-starters there.
Saka might start.
Gabriel's not going. Saliba's not going. Zinchenko's not going. So many players that aren't going. Arsenal could. I genuinely think Arsenal could win the Premier League this year.
That was about to be my question. Do you think they can go all the way?
I think they can.
Yeah, I think something is needed in January.
And I think that City lost to Brentford is bigger than people think. That's 5-point lead now at the top of the table.
I still remain adamant that Arsenal needs something in January. I think just another DM would be helpful. Maybe a backup striker as well, actually. A backup striker is vital for them because Eddie Nketiah will not suffice if Jesus picks up an injury.
Yeah.
Grade then. I think there's only one real option here, isn't there?
A+.
Yeah, or A star.
A
as
star.
most people,
whatever you want to call it. I prefer the pluses.
A star. I'm probably going to go for.
Yeah, highest grade of all.
Is it a perfect season so far?
I mean, they've only lost 1 game. They've dropped 4 points.
So it's not perfect then. So I'd go A star.
Yeah.
If they'd won every game and Jesus had scored a few more goals, then I think I'd go perfect. But not. It's been very close to perfect though for us. They're certainly not complaining.
Next up, Aston Villa.
I think you're going to make a poor call here.
Aston Villa.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, what a season. That is obviously a joke. One win.
It's a roller coaster because if you said how well has Unai Emery done, I'd be telling you A star, but that's not what we're talking about today. It's how well have Aston Villa done.
Under Emery look phenomenal, but we cannot forget the Gerrard the Gerrard era counts for their stats underperforming their XG because he just didn't play the right players.
Yeah,
he stuck with his favourites and didn't give Ings.
Even so, underperformance of XG doesn't say that it's a failure on the tactics. Obviously, the XG wasn't high enough, but
what I mean is like
the forwards are still not finishing their chances.
Buendia. Bailey was injured. I can't have a go at him for that. It didn't give Ings the go. And look what's happened. Danny Ings under Unai Emery has already scored 3 goals. 4.
Admittedly, a penalty,
2 penalties.
Okay, 2 penalties, and the other one.
Brighton.
That was a good finish. It was a good finish, but it's not.
I think Ollie Watkins looked really, really good against Man United in the Carabao Cup. Anthony Fay didn't look too shabby in the league. Little Bailey shows when he's fit. He's absolute dynamite. And so is Matty Cash.
Where are they in the league? 15th,
12th.
Right? Oh, wait,
Yeah,
what
12th.
happened?
And that sounds bad, but Aston Villa only 7 points off Chelsea and only 3 points off Chelsea and Brighton.
Yeah, I think that demonstrates what we're going to have to rank Chelsea as in just a bit. But
Aston Villa only 11 points off Tottenham in 4th. Okay. Only 11 points off Champions League football.
Could be any of the 5 numbers you've reeled off there.
11 points. 11 is the number.
In terms of a standout performer, I'd go Tyrone Mings. Set up Mason Mount's goal against Chelsea. Brilliant assist.
Foot on ratings, it's Emi Martinez. For me, Ashley Young. I think most Villa fans will agree with me. With Digne and Cash injured, he covered at right back, he covered at left back. If it wasn't, he came on and proved pivotal in the Brighton game. I mean, Ashley, 38 years old now?
I think if Leon Bailey had played all of the games so far, I'd be saying him because he looked sensational.
If Leon Bailey, if Gerrard could have started Bailey, Ings, Buendia, I think Villa would be in the European spots right now.
Yeah, and it does bear the question, what do you think is going to happen with Phil Coutinho?
He's not good enough. He was a Gerrard signing. He's Gerrard's mate. That's all it was.
I think the culture, Phil Coutinho's not good enough.
No, he's injured at the moment, so Emery isn't. But I don't think Emery's going to want him.
Oh, it doesn't look like it so far. But yeah, I think I've discussed performance enough. What are you thinking for a grade?
I'm going to go. If this was Gerrard, I'd be probably an A or an F. Under Emery, it's been a B or an A. So I'm going to go in the middle. I'm going to say C+.
Okay. I think you are, that's quite recency biased.
Yeah, but I know it's still not. If it was, well, no, it was complete recency bias. I just said.
Yeah, no, I agree, but I still think a C is quite high.
Okay, C minus.
I'd say a D.
We're only 3 points off.
Mate, a few weeks ago.
3 points off Europe.
I don't care. A few weeks ago, you were sat here on the podcast going, "Oh, Joe's the worst. The football's so boring. We're gonna get relegated. I hate everything." And now, 2 wins. You've shut up the table a little bit, and it's we've been the best team in the league.
D+.
There we go.
D+.
Okay,
D+. Moving on.
D+.
Swiftly to
Brentford, right?
Think so.
Yeah. I don't know. Where are they in the league?
They're 10th. It's been such an up and down season though, because like if I go to their matches, big wins at like City and draws to Chelsea, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, this season's been insane.
1-5-2, beat United 4-0, but they like lost to Fulham and Arsenal and Newcastle. But like Villa lost 4-0 to Villa.
But yeah, no, this season's been insane because I genuinely think if anyone wins a game of football, they gain like 9 places.
And they lose one,
instantly.
They lose like 5.
Well, yeah, like Nottingham Forest have been bottom of the table all year.
Yeah.
They won one game and suddenly they're like 18th.
I mean, Brentford do what they do.
Yeah,
they like to base it on the XG and they're outperforming their XG.
I think that owes a lot.
It's one man, Ivan Toney. But in my fantasy team, love that man.
Song's terrific, glad you bailed, but...
Yeah.
Ivan Toney has been sensational.
How Southgate has not taken him to the World Cup is ridiculous. I'm sorry. He's just...
Well, I think it's a lot to do with the betting scandal.
Yeah, but 10 goals this year already.
You know, it's that little scummy... Who was it? Was it the Daily Mirror? Daily Mail? I can't remember which one of those. But it was the journalist who went and dug up all that about Ivan Toney betting while he was in the National League, I think it was. So, yeah. That's cost him a place at the World Cup.
10 goals, 2 assists in 14 games, and he's not on the plane.
He's been in absolutely insane form. He looks sensational. Do you tip him for a move? I don't think January he'll move, but...
I still think Brentford are on the up, though. Brentford's a long-term project, and I think Tony's in it. I think Tony's up for it. Because I think in a few years, Brentford could be up in Europe, but he could be a 25-goal-a-season striker.
But if Chelsea...
Yeah.
Or if Manchester United come calling.
Chelsea fans,
no, but I'm saying, does he not look at that as a more attractive proposition?
Maybe.
It'll be interesting to see how he goes. But yeah, he's the obvious stand-up performer. In terms of an overall performance, I've been a little bit let down by them this season. I thought they'd be better than they were. So I would go with C. It's been fairly middle of the road because they have pulled off big wins. So I think the fact they've just beaten City's helped a lot with their grade here.
Obviously.
But I think a C is a fair ranking for Brentford. Next up, Brighton. Currently 7th in the league.
7th in the league. And I mean, it all look... I'm not saying that De Zerbi's done well, but it looked so good for them under Potter. And if it wasn't for him going to Chelsea, I think Brighton would be still in the top 4.
Yeah, and Chelsea fans don't seem to be too happy about that one just yet.
But yeah, I mean, what a season it's been for Brighton so far. I think De Zerbi can keep them there. Outperforming their XG, big players like McAllister, Trossard. I was going to say, should
we start with a standout performer? Because I don't think there has been one.
I think it's tied between McAllister, Trossard and Gross.
Different parts of the season. Gross right at the start of the season was absolutely mint, like banging hat-tricks against United. I don't think it was a hat-trick, was it? It was at least 2. Then we had that Trossard period where he scored like a hat-trick against Liverpool.
Yeah,
in De Zerbi's first game, and scored against Chelsea and stuff, and now McAllister. I think a shout needs to be made for Mitoma.
Yeah,
I think a shout needs to be made for Moise Caicedo. There's been some sensational performance.
Speaking of, but that's what I'm saying. Top goal scorer Trossard from Trossard ahead of Gross ahead of McAllister. Assist Gross ahead of Trossard. Yellow cards. McAllister even tops that. I mean,
he's done everything.
But they've looked really, really good. And I expect them to get Europe.
And they're playing like one of the best sides in the league.
Very much.
They're really are. And I was having this debate today with some guys about all the European spots. Anyone can fish anywhere this year. And the fact that we've got so many not traditional top 6 clubs right up there at the sharp end competing for Europe this year, it's very, very exciting. In terms of a grade for Brighton, they've played brilliant football. The fact they've dealt with the manager change so expertly,
I'd give them
I think it's got to be up there.
I was going to say a B+.
A B+. I think they're creeping the A. I don't think there's been many teams that have performed as well as Brighton have compared to what I expect.
A if they were still under Potter in the top 4.
I think if they're in the top 4, that's an A-star start. What could be better for Brighton?
Okay, well,
They're in the European spot. I'm happy with an A. I'm very happy with an A. Well, Brighton have been sensational.
Who's next?
Chelsea, right? Do we have to?
I mean, dear oh dear.
Oh man, I don't know what to say. We're just woeful.
I mean,
all the time.
Chelsea's XG. Chelsea outperform their XG, but because they don't create anything, that's hard. That's not hard to do.
And considering all our goals have been like Koulibaly smack it from the edge of the area, or I don't remember any other goals this year. Mount free kick
Top
against
goal
Villa.
scorers Kai Havertz on 3.
Don't talk with Sterling, right?
Yeah, but on 3.
It's just I don't know what's gone wrong at Chelsea.
Reece James and Chilwell getting injured. I don't tell you exactly.
Well, that didn't help, but we didn't look great before then.
Yeah, it's I don't know what to say. Reece James still top of the football ratings on 7.5, 5.4, and Thiago Silva trying to hold that defence together.
Where in the league?
8th now, behind Liverpool.
Yeah, it's been poor. There's no other way to present it. Stand-up performer, is there one? Kepa?
Yeah, he's been great.
Trev?
Obviously, him getting injured didn't help. Trev hasn't looked great recently.
Well, he's had a few tough games,
woeful.
but
Looking at the stats, it's been woeful. You know, Sterling, Mount, Aubameyang, Havertz, all the strikers just not underperforming, and midfield have just lacked legs.
I really don't understand forwards at Chelsea because we've seen players like Timo Werner, brilliant before he came, struggle while he's there, go on to play brilliantly afterwards, and so we have not had a marksman, we've not had a talisman hit 20 goals since Diego Costa. It's, like 8 years ago now. Not 8, 7-ish years ago. But, yeah, it's just been a terrible performance. Grade?
D.
Yeah, I think that's very generous. Very generous.
Still up there, and if Chelsea win, they have a game in hand on anyone too.
I'd say E.
Yeah, go on then, E, yeah.
Well, I think a D is generous.
Fair enough.
In terms of January, what isn't there to do?
Backups. Need backups all over the shop. Midfield, centre half, wing backs. Can't have Raheem Sterling playing right.
We need a whole new midfield.
Yeah.
We need someone who'll score some goals, hopefully.
Yeah.
It's hard because you look at like a club like Liverpool and you say there's a few easy fixes here. I look at Chelsea and there's not been any success and then a fall off. So instead what you've just got is this squad of players that don't really work together or make any sense together, but they're all there and somehow something good needs to come of it. Yeah. I don't know where that comes from. I really like Graham Potter, and he now has 50 days while the World Cup plays out to work it all out. Because if he doesn't pick it up soon, he won't see February.
No. I don't think Bowley's going to be nice.
I think Bowley will. I think Bowley sees the long-term project, but realistically, Chelsea could be in the bottom half of the table. In the bottom 5, if this performance keeps up. So, we're going to see what happens, won't it? Should we go on to the next one? Let's get a bit more cheery. Yeah. Crystal Palace. They're in the league.
They're 11th.
It's not much more cheery.
It's not. I was expecting more from Palace, to be honest.
Right, I think we're going to say the same thing for every single club. It's so up and down, isn't it? You never know.
Yeah, same with Brentford, teams on there. It's mid-table, I'd say between probably 14th to 8th. It's just been so up and down for them this year.
Palace have, been brilliant one game and then completely dog shit the next game.
I look at their recent games. They lost to Forest after drawing to Newcastle.
And
CFL Cup.
They went 3 games unbeaten and
lost 3-0 to Everton.
They've just been so inconsistent, like every other team in the Premier League this season. But overall, Palace have played well.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. You never know what's going to happen. This weekend could have been a lot different if Zaha had buried the penalty. My fantasy team could have been a lot different if Zaha had buried that penalty. So
Zaha's been stellar performer. 7 goals this year.
Yeah, of course. But I think I'd also give a good shout to the likes of Ebery Kietse and Michael Elise. Yeah. I think Elise's obviously been injured for quite a bit of it. No, Edward's not that bad at all.
No.
Edward's been decent. But yeah, overall, Zaha definitely the standout performer. I think Palace have a really exciting young squad. Whether that will transform into anything in the future, I don't know.
I think they've got a young manager as well, so I think it's a long-term project.
Yeah, and I question whether players will stick around. If they don't, I back Palace to go and make adequate replacements. Because if you look at it right now, if Palace lose Elise and Eze in the summer, I think Malcolm Eboye, and apologies if you're listening, Malcolm. Your name's very hard to pronounce.
If you are, please chat.
Please. And Jessa and Raksaki, they've got adequate replacements there. I think they're a little bit young, but still two brilliant talents there. So I think Palace are set up well for the future. Right now, a bit all over the place with the performance, but overall, I think Palace look really good.
Yeah.
Look really good. In terms of a grade, what are we thinking?
I'm going to go middle. I'm going to go C.
I'd probably go B.
Okay, we'll go B.
I don't think they've been particularly bad, but they've not been stunning either. I think a B is a fairly good grade. They've not, blown anyone out of the water, but they are still in a very respectable 11th place.
Speaking of particularly bad, Everton.
I think I was speaking of blowing them out of the water. Like, Everton?
No.
What are you on about, mate? You waffle merchant.
Yeah.
But no, Everton, where are they in the league? 17th?
17th, yeah. We knew they were going to be down there again, but again, I look at the underperforming of XG. They've created more than Chelsea and Palace.
And it was expected when you look at, Richarlison, Calvert-Lewin being out injured, Richarlison leaving, and Neil Maupay, who has regularly failed to score any goals for Brighton in about 3 years. So, yeah, I don't know with Everton this season, because I feel like it was just a few weeks ago. We were doing our Alex Iwobi podcast.
Yes,
we were saying Everton are flying, they look really good, they can't concede, they look amazing, and then 5 games later, they're sat in 17th in the Premier League, and we're thinking, Everton are going to get relegated, guys.
I mean, after the World Cup,
Lampard's going to get sacked.
After the World Cup, they'll have Calvert-Lewin back, which will be massive.
And Rondon.
That's a big one, actually.
He's got a full month to keep practicing his shooting.
Standout performer, Alex Iwobi.
Yeah, probably. I think the whole midfield's done well. I don't know what's happened. Yeah. I've stopped caring about what's going on at Everton, and suddenly, genuinely, after we did that podcast, they played United the week after. Iwobi scored. I was like, oh, fair enough, they're doing well, continuing doing well. And then the most recent thing I've seen of them since then was
United, didn't they?
Yeah, but since then, the most recent thing I saw was all their fans throwing their shirts at the players.
I mean, they lost 2-0 to Leicester at home, which is horrific. And then they lost 4-1 to Bournemouth in the FL Cup, and then lost 3-0 at the weekend.
Especially since they're both two long trips to Bournemouth.
Really, really bad from Everton, to be honest.
Yeah, and the fans were more
very
displeased.
Yeah,
so, very frustrating.
If I was going to give it a grade, I'd give it...
Which you are.
Yeah, I'll give it a D.
I thought it's generous again.
Well, I think I'd expect them to be down there, but not great still.
Yeah, I'd expect them to be doing better. So, yeah, fair enough. I'd go D as well then. I think that's a fairly
Finally, something cheerful to talk about.
We got Fulham.
What a season.
I've loved Fulham this year. I know as a Chelsea fan I'm supposed to hate them, but you know what?
9th in the bloody Premier League.
They've been fun to watch.
Wow.
Draws with Liverpool, almost drawn with Arsenal.
Almost beat United.
It was a fun season, wasn't it?
Almost beat City. If it wasn't
for a 95th minute penalty, they'd have got a draw there.
But big wins at draws to Bournemouth and Everton, and wins at Fulham and Leeds.
Got torn apart by both West Ham and Newcastle.
Arsenal good. I gave Tottenham. They've done really, really well. And 9th in the Premier League, really, really good. Marcus Silva absolutely flying. We thought Bournemouth were doing well. New promoted side. Fulham are doing much better.
To be honest, I think 2-2-1 losses at United and City without Alexander Mitrovic. That's insane.
If Mitro's there, they're wins.
So yeah, shout out Marco Silva.
Yeah,
he's dealt with the step up well.
Of Alexander Mitrovic.
Yeah, he's the
9 goals this year. Top football rating, and he's been phenomenal. I think shout out to Andreas Pereira. Really good season he's had since joining them.
He's not been bad at all. And I think someone who's going to go under the radar because he's not in your goal scoring charts, João Palhinha. What a player.
Great.
What a player.
And Will.i.am as well. Not Will.i.am. William. It's not Will I Am.
Well, Will I Am came flying down the left. I was really like, yeah, no.
William and Jalpolino have both been phenomenal this year.
Yeah, no, Will I Am.
Will I Am
really
saw the light.
Yeah,
really good from those two.
Really, yeah.
And if I'm going to grade it for Fulham, A+.
Yeah, I don't think I'll go plus.
A star.
I don't think they've been better than Brighton.
Okay, A.
Oh, I
For
think.
Fulham standards.
Yeah, I'm putting them with Brighton. A.
A.
They're level.
A.
Both good for. Okay. Alcoholics Anonymous.
No, so like
Or the
recovery,
breakdown.
Recovery. Yeah, recovery.
Alright, either or, but yeah. Next up, someone who needs a recovery company.
Yeah.
It's Leicester City.
Well, I can't find Leicester.
You've got to scroll down, I think.
Yeah, 13th, not too far.
That's a lot higher than they were. What has happened to the Prem? I genuinely don't think I've looked at the table.
I'll tell you what's
in a
happened
few
to
weeks.
Leicester. James Maddison and Harvey Barnes have happened to Leicester. Massively outperforming the XG by 8.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
James Maddison on 7 goals, Harvey Barnes on 6 goals, Maddison on 4 assists. Average shot rate was 7.65. This man 100% deserves to be at the World Cup. I'm so glad he is. He is carrying Leicester on his shoulders right now.
Could he carry England on his
I
shoulders?
bloody hope so.
That would be
I'd
good,
love to
wouldn't
see
it?
Harry Maguire on his shoulders as we lift the World Cup.
Would you start him?
100%.
Really?
100%.
Where are you playing him?
I'm going Sterling, Kane, Maddison.
On the right?
Old Maddison, Kane.
What formation is this?
I'm playing a free up front, doesn't matter. I'm playing James Maddison.
There's just 3 blokes up
That
front.
Iran game.
Everyone else is at right back.
I am starting him in that against Iran.
Okay. Well, yeah, no, I'd possibly start him, but it depends on what the formation is. If it's a
100%.
I'd probably play a 4-3-3 and maybe stick Mason in the middle, maybe stick Mason Mount in the middle.
I'll play Maddison.
All right. Somewhere.
Yeah, he's obviously been a standout performer. And in terms of a grade, for me, speaking of actually, we've talked about James Maddison, he's been A star. For Leicester, though, it's been rubbish.
Yeah. I think that's what we're forgetting is, this has been a very positive review of the season, but they've been shit. I mean, we are glossing over that. They've been terrible.
Big wins at Leeds, Wolves. I mean, they've only lost 1 in there. They've won 4 of their last 5, and the one they lost was against 1-0 to City.
I think Leicester have looked very good recently, but that doesn't change the fact that a few weeks ago we did a podcast
and they did lose. They did lose 6-2
like
to Tottenham and then 5-2 to Brighton.
That was when they couldn't defend a corner. Since then, I don't think they've conceded any corners.
I think they've learned how to defend a corner, and suddenly they're flying.
Well, yeah, Wout Face.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal.
He has been decent.
Yeah, standout performer. He's up there as well. But I'm going to grade them a C-. Because 1 win puts them 9th.
D.
1 win puts them 9th.
They've been competing for the Champions League the last few years. This is what we forget.
Back. They'll be back.
They've finished 5th or something like that the last forever. There's no way you can say them being 11th. No, sorry, 13th in the Premier League. I can't call that a whatever. What did you say? B? C?
C.
Yeah, that's got to be a D.
Okay,
it's got to be a D.
We'll go for a D.
All right. Up next, Leeds.
Well, rubbish.
Yeah. Where are they in the league?
15th. I think people have been fooled by the recent 2-1 win at Liverpool.
The recent form pulls up. Loss. Loss.
The 4-3 loss to Tottenham.
Beat Bournemouth.
But again, I think people are being fooled by the fact they gave Tottenham a good game and they beat Liverpool.
They look really good against
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
I scroll back and I look at the loss to Brighton, the loss 5-2 to Brentford, 2-1 to
That's the thing.
Arsenal, Leicester,
Fulham,
Wolves,
there's
Tottenham.
been some. Okay.
They've lost to everyone.
There's been some bad performances in there, I agree, and they did have a string of them. But overall, there's not a single club in the Premier League that hasn't constantly been losing.
Chelsea win was pretty good. I think it's big results that are keeping Jesse Marsch in this job.
Yeah, Jesse Marsch has done a really, really good job.
I'm saying he's keeping his job because he's beat the big sides.
But I'm saying, from when he was employed...
Oh, yeah. That was rubbish.
The fact they were pretty much relegated, he kept him in the league.
They should have been down.
And considering how low they were last year, and the fact that all they've bought this summer was Brendan Aronson...
And Christensen, and Tyler Adams, and Mark Rocker.
Yeah, to be fair, Adams looked really good. Rocker's looked really good.
Sinistera.
Christensen's looked good. Sinistera's done well. Crescenzo Somerville, though, he was already there.
He's been class.
Sam Greenwood scored 2 for Juventus the other week. That has
Rodrigo on 9 in third, 9 goals, 1 assist.
Yeah, he's
in
the stand-up performer.
Yeah, phenomenal.
He's really filled the boots of Patrick Bamford, who's permanently half injured.
It's not been good for Leeds, and if I'm going to rate, I'm going to give them the same rating as Leeds. Same rating as Leicester. I'm going to go for a D.
No, I think I'm going to go for the same rating as Leeds as well. D.
Lovely. Next
is Liverpool.
How they find themselves in 6th is beyond me.
The thing is, I don't know. I just don't know what I was going to say. They've not been that great, but neither has anyone else.
I think the wins of City kind of turn their season around.
The thing is, before then, they weren't too bad. I know they lost some big ones.
I mean, they drew with Fulham, drew with Palace, lost to United opening 3.
Well, that was their problem. They picked 2 points out very early.
And beat Newcastle. They shouldn't have won that Newcastle game. That's an absolute robbery in the 98th minute. What a joke.
No.
Again, they've got lucky in many, many occasions.
Yeah, but you need a little bit of luck sometimes.
And yeah, they're 6th. They haven't been too horrific. That's Leeds stats. I don't look at them. I want to look at Liverpool stats.
And they are through in the Carabao Cup, right?
Yeah.
Beat Derby on pens.
Yeah, because bloody Kelleher saved 3 penalties.
He's blimmin' annoying, isn't he, when he does pens.
Standout performer for me has got to be Roberto Firmino.
Yeah, probably.
7 goals, 7.45 average rating, 3 assists, really, really good season.
Considering he was completely frozen out of the team last year, he's come back into the fold this year, considering injuries to Jota and Diaz, obviously Nunes being a bit crap at times, and then brilliant at others, like this weekend.
Better. Nunes, overrated. Yeah. Darwin, Nunes. Not the saviour of the big reds.
But he did score me 13 points in FPL this week.
He's right. I would just like to clarify. He has scored 5 goals this year.
Yeah.
He's
scored more than 5.
No, he hasn't.
Loads of thingies. He scored 5 in the league, yeah. He's only played about 5 games, hasn't he?
10 games. 5 goals.
Goal every other game.
2 against Southampton, who I could score against.
Okay.
1 against West Ham.
Go to career. That'll tell you how many he scored for Liverpool in how many games.
He scored 9 in 18.
That's a goal every other game.
No, don't even talk
in a team that have been struggling.
Right, 1 against Ajax, 1 against Rangers. That don't count. Nobody's allowed to score against Rangers.
Okay.
He's only
scored.
That don't count. Oh no, that's counting club friendlies where he scored 4 against Leipzig.
That's not counting that.
It is.
Probably
that's not 18 games. That is a list of 18 games.
Yeah, and then he's got club friends who's only played a minute and didn't do anything.
He scored, so we're taking 4 off. That's 5 in 18.
It's good.
Which is the
he scored in the Prem and he scored in the Champions League, so you're a waffle merchant.
Oh, I'm not. Nunes overrated. Any moving on. Great.
Overall, Liverpool.
C.
C?
C.
C? We gave Chelsea an A and you want to give Liverpool a C?
D.
They're supposed to be fighting for the Premier League
E.
title. No, it's not the same, they're D. You've gone too far with it now.
D. On to Manchester City. Lucky.
Second in the league. 5 points off top. They've been sloppy. And I've been with Chelsea fans going, oh mate, they've been terrible.
Take Haaland's 18 goals on, eh?
Oh no, obviously not.
I wonder who the and I would give standout performer.
Josh Wilson Esbrand.
That is close, but I think I'd rather give it to Jack Grealish.
To be fair, yeah.
8 games, 1 goal. How has he got a 7.39 average?
That's prolific, to be fair.
How has he got
that's about 8 minutes as well.
Yeah.
Like, other than Wolves, he's not played. And Leicester.
He's just made a mockery of himself, hasn't he?
Yeah. And Miggy Almiron, who we'll get into in about 5 minutes' time.
Haaland's carrying them to us, but 5 points off the Premier League. That is unheard of from City in the last few years.
Yeah, and they've been sloppy. They almost drew with Fulham. They've lost to Brentford.
Lost to Liverpool.
Drew with Newcastle.
Yeah.
Right.
Drew with City.
Villa.
They should have lost that game because they weren't offside. They should have won that one. Villa should have won that one. Drew to Newcastle. That's Community Shield. That one don't count. But dropping points in big places.
In little games.
To Ivan Toney.
They've still not played Arsenal. They've still not played
Cup.
Chelsea. So you've got some tough games to play.
Yeah.
They've got a tough January.
And they've got Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. They can be knocked out the Carabao Cup. They could be 5 points off the Premier League.
I didn't know the Carabao Cup was scheduled
Yeah.
for 2 days after the World Cup final.
Yeah. But it's mental.
That's mental.
City are in trouble.
They are. They're in a little bit of trouble.
To not win the Champions League, so they'll win the Champions League.
Well, they could focus everything on that, and they
will
have
not-
got
they will
Haaland.
never.
They have
Not
got
in my
Erling.
lifetime. They'll
They've
never.
got Big Earl's
No,
dog.
never. They'll never win the Premier League in my lifetime.
Oh, they've won the Premier League quite a few times in your lifetime.
In the Champions League. So they've got another 80, 90 years of not winning the Champions League.
Unless you get run over by a bus before the end of the year.
I could die tomorrow.
And then they win the
Champions
league.
Yeah. Never mind.
Champions League, sorry, yeah.
If I'm going to give it a grade, I'm going to give it a D.
You're such a waffle merchant.
I'm not.
D.
Rubbish. No.
D.
Okay, a C. A C.
What are you on?
They're 5 points off the Premier League.
It's still a A.
What? No.
It's at least a B plus. City have still looked good.
No.
They've
You
still
cannot
looked
tell me
good.
A when they're 5 points off. We gave Arsenal an A plus and they're 5 points
star.
off Arsenal.
Must be
Okay, I'm
perfect.
happy to go for a B.
Man City, okay, yeah, I'm happy with the B plus.
Joke.
City have played well. City have done well. Up next, someone who's down the. I don't know, man, because they're like 5th in the league now. It's Man United.
How?
They lost to Brentford and
How?
Brighton. We were all calling them shit, and now they're 5th.
They got smacked up by Villa.
Yeah.
Very lucky against Fulham. What a known West Ham. Rashford scored a goal. Draw to Chelsea, and Chelsea have been rushed out. Again, that's 94th minute.
Casemiro header.
Robbery.
Also, I have to add, Garnacho is really, really good. Annoyingly good.
Overrated.
What are you on?
He is?
I think he's
He is.
Ballon d'Or potential there.
No. Oh my. No.
He
Oh
is.
my word. What have I? I'm just gonna leave. I'm quitting the channel. What have I just heard?
Garnacho's quality.
Ballon d'Or gully.
He is.
Oh dear.
Nah, I'm spot on, and I know I am. When he sat there with his big golden ball, and we were all crying because United have won everything, he gives me young Ronaldo vibes.
Fuck off.
He does.
No, I can't listen to this. Right, we're moving on. I'm giving him a grade.
Okay.
B. Sure.
A B?
We're moving on. I don't want to talk. I'm not talking about it. This is a guy that shows.
I'm gonna go C.
Ballon d'Or quality. Get
He
out
is.
of it. Get out of
Future
it.
best player in the world.
He thinks Ronaldo's his idol. Right.
No, he likes Messi as well.
Oh, shut up.
Channeling both.
Yeah, he can go home. I don't know. Leave United.
Wow, you've really done him in there. Next up, Newcastle.
What a season. A
Yeah.
plus, A plus. A star.
All the stars.
Already.
Wow.
What a season. Eddie
star.
Howe's
A
black
star.
and white army.
It's not been perfect.
Are you joking?
It's not been perfect.
Shut up.
It's
You're sorry, this guy Nacho thinks in
very
your head.
close.
This guy Nacho thinks in your head. He's living in your head rent free.
Newcastle have been
They're
sensational.
home. They haven't lost a game at home.
Have they not?
No.
That's pretty good.
Exactly. It's an A, star, and Miggy Almiron.
Yeah, he's a stand-up performer. We didn't do one for United, but it's going to be Garnacho.
It's not. It's right, no, we're going back. I'm not giving it to Garnacho. I'm giving
Just quickly, United stand-up player.
Anthony. You can have it.
Okay. Newcastle has got to be Mick Almiron.
But shout out to Callum Wilson, Kieran
But also
Trippier,
Alexander Isak.
Bruno Guimaraes.
You know what? Trips, I think, runs as Mickey close.
St Maximan's been injured. Get him back fit. Boom.
I think
Even Chris Wood looks good.
he doesn't. He did look shit against Southampton. They won 4-1.
He's got a goal.
He did. I forgot about that. He's quality, man. I love Chris Wood.
And Eddie Howe is Magpie Army is flying. Joe Linton looks like a Botman and Sharp at the back. It's phenomenal. Nick Pope has been brilliant.
He turned down Burns, one of the best left backs in the world.
Matt Target looks decent.
They've conceded 11 goals all season. 11. Bournemouth always conceded all of them in one game.
On average, they're the highest. It's the highest in the Premier League. Lowest in the Premier League. 0.7 goals conceded on average.
Well, that's good.
Most clean sheets in the Premier League on 7. Phenomenal.
It's been
A-star.
breathtaking. It's not A-star.
It is A-star.
It's A-star.
Sorry, Newcastle United are 7 points off the Premier League title. They are 2 points off Manchester City.
Okay.
That's mental.
But They've not. I don't know. I've got no criticisms. They've been really good.
I need to forget N. N is a letter.
It is, and it's Nottingham Forest.
Right, this one can be quick. Crap.
Yeah.
Absolute crap.
They've been mediocre.
Don't even go mediocre.
We've got a lot of shit in this last 5.
God.
But Forest, I think at times have looked all right, but it's clear the let's sell our whole team and buy a whole new one doesn't work.
If I look at the stats, they are bottom, 18th, 19th, 19th. Oh, they're 6th on that one. That's clean sheets. 4 clean sheets.
Yeah, Dean Henderson's been doing a bit of madness when he's
18,
not smashing the floor.
This is the problem. Attacking 18, 16, 20, 6. Oh, I'll skip the load.
Well, yeah, the only reason they've picked up any wins this season is because Morgan Gibbs White is actually a bowler.
And he's a stand-up player, I'd say. Or Neco Williams.
No.
Or Taro.
No, I've not seen him.
He's a top goal scorer.
Yeah, 2. 3?
3. Gibbs White on 2.
Brilliant.
Yeah, Gibbs White's been really, really good. If I look at the squad, not great. To be honest, it's been rubbish.
It's been really poor.
They're believing in the long-term project, and it'll work out maybe in 5 years when they're in League One or something.
Do you think they'll stay out?
No.
Oh, harsh. I don't know. I think they could. I think they could just sneak it.
But P8, 18th in the league, giving them a grade compared to the other promoted sides, horrific.
Yeah.
Grade, I'm going to give them an E.
Yeah, I'd give them an E as well. I think that an F would only really be reserved for Wolves.
Or the team we're about to talk about next. Hasenhutl's gone, Nathan Jones is in, P19 in the table, Southampton, more like Shithampton.
More like Nathan Jones is here now. They're going to win the league.
Horrific season.
Yeah, but that's all right.
Rubbish.
They've been poor so far.
They've been horrific.
But they've got a good side, and I think with Nathan Jones at the wheel, this ship's steering back on course. But they do need a striker because they can't score for love nor money.
Jay Adams up front.
He is.
James will pass for
he's a footballer,
carrying them.
And I think that's about the best I can say about Jay Adams. He's not.
They've had some standout players. I think Bella Kotchap, Romeo Lavia, they look good. Ariba hasn't been too shit.
By the way, what happened to Adam Armstrong? I've sort of seen the bloke. Isn't he a striker? He's just chilling.
He's played 14 games this year. When has he played 14 games this year?
Go to stats. How many is off the bench? 11 starts. 11. Wait, I've not seen him.
When's this geezer played 11 games?
Yeah, they need a striker that's going to score. Because I thought Adam Armstrong, their
43
forgotten man.
goals in 44 games.
That's amazing. 43 goals in 44 games.
No, 3 goals in
ridiculous.
44 games.
And no one's mentioned
some people say. I mean, they had to go to penalties in Sheffield's Wednesday.
I forgot that bit where Adam Armstrong scored a goal a game.
How do they draw to Arsenal?
Yeah, I don't know.
But no stand-up performer. They don't deserve
Arsenal
one.
will be 7 points clear right now if they weren't stupid against the Saints.
I'm going to go for an F.
No. Because they've not been.
If they'd lost 9-1,
Derby County.
If they'd lost 9-1 at some point, I'd have said an F.
Yeah, which they will.
Yeah.
This is Southampton.
But I'm going E.
Well, to be fair, it's not Arsenal with Southampton anymore, so I'll be fine. Yeah, I'll go E. Same as Nottingham Forest. From the bottom
to near the top, and it is a team that I think are very overrated this year.
Yeah, Tottenham.
Tottenham Hotspur.
They're just a bit. Who cares?
Again, Harry Kane's 12 goals, dragging the team forward.
Would you call them the stand-up performer?
100%.
I'd say it's close.
I think Ben Tanker's look good.
That's what I was about to say.
I think Højbjerg's look good. I think if Kulusevski hadn't been injured.
Yeah, they could definitely be third right now.
Richarlison doesn't deserve
They've been. I don't think though that in a season where Chelsea, Liverpool, and United are firing, Tottenham aren't in the top 8.
Yeah.
My maths doesn't quite add up, but I'm right. No, I don't know. Tottenham just don't look
Emerson Royale's been shit.
Great, but they're somehow 4th. Like every time I watch Tottenham, I think this team looks bang average.
But I look at
but they are winning games.
Win to Leeds, lose to Liverpool, beat Bournemouth, lose to Newcastle, lose to United, beat Everton, beat Brighton, lose to
I don't know why
Arsenal.
we're doing this in reverse.
They're just they're so up and down.
Yeah.
But they've somehow held it together. But then they shouldn't have got a point at Chelsea.
No, they shouldn't. That's sort of the seasons of story of Tottenham's season is just bang average performances and getting a result somehow thanks to having someone like a Harry Kane or a Heung-min Son just pick a goal out of nowhere. So they'll be fine, I think, Tottenham. I think they'll still get Europe this season, but I don't think they inspire much confidence. And if Chelsea or Liverpool or United come firing in the second half of the season, I don't think they'll get Europe.
100%.
Because I think Newcastle looks strong and they've got a bit of depth about them, and I think they'll only improve in January. Arsenal look mint, and City aren't going to be outside the top 4. So for Tottenham, they do need to improve, because I think actually the fact they're top 4 is a bit of a curse.
Yeah.
Because yes, they're up there, but equally, I look at that and I think they could get complacent. And I think other sides will be grilling their players throughout this winter. Tottenham might just go, look, we're top 4, it's all right.
Yeah.
So interesting. But regardless, I think they will go downhill. In terms of a grade for the first half of the season,
B, C, C, C.
Yeah, they're not, well, I think it's hard to give them a lower ranking, because they are, at the end of the day, they are 4th in the Premier League.
I'm going to C.
That's sort of what you'd expect, so I'm going to go B.
Okay,
I think that's exactly, similar to Palace, it's exactly what I expect from Tottenham so far this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're below Newcastle, but Newcastle look mint. Over across a little bit
West
in London,
Ham.
to the London Olympic Stadium. And the Hammers.
Again, rubbish.
And then the league, well down.
16th.
I think no one's talking about West Ham this year. Like Moisey, no pressure.
I don't know how.
Seemingly.
Their top goal scorers on 2 goals.
Every other manager in the league's been sacked. Moisey seems to be fine.
Massively underperforming their XG.
Genuinely, if an apocalypse happens, I'm getting on board with him, because he can just avoid everything. He's been fine so far. I don't know how, because West Ham have been so crap, and yet he's just they've got young players.
They've lost their last
in about them this year.
4 out of 5 in the Premier League, and the win they got was Bournemouth.
I'll be honest, I don't remember West Ham winning this year.
Yeah.
They've dominated Europa Conference League.
They beat Fulham. When they beat Fulham?
Yeah.
I just don't understand. They've got a point at
Drew with Tottenham. I think West Ham probably deserved to win that one.
Yeah.
We were watching that night on stream. Yeah.
Did we?
Who? Well, the West Ham Tottenham game.
I
think so.
I don't remember watching that.
I think we watched one game before and then tuned in for the last bit.
No, Tilo Kehrer scored an own goal. The promising Hammers attack is broken up by Kulusevski, dribbled it in, and Kehrer put in his own goal.
What day was that game?
It was the 31st of August. But while you do that, I'm going to give a stand-up performer to Declan Rice, I think.
Yeah, I mean...
And in terms of grade, I'm going to give it an E.
Yeah, Arsenal 2, Villa 1 we watched, right?
Yeah.
Or something like that. I don't know.
But yeah, I'm going to give it an E. We'll go for an E. Happy with an E?
Sure.
Yeah, we're an E.
I'm content.
Lovely.
Not same as Liverpool Tottenham. That's a Liverpool Newcastle the same night.
Into the last team. It is Wolverhampton Wanderers. And I'm happy to hand out the first F of the video.
No.
Yes.
It's not been that crap. They've just been a bit crap.
10
8 goals? Why don't go on? What is wrong with them?
8 goals, 10 points. Rubbish.
I didn't know Wolves were in the Prem.
This is an A. This is an F. Yeah.
I've not seen them.
They've been rubbish. And for some reason, and do not even try and tell me what reason, Steve Davis is still caretaker.
This is what I didn't get, is they sacked Lager. And when you sack a manager, you go, well, they've definitely got a replacement.
They've got no one.
It's been about 2 months.
I swear they got Lopetegui.
Yeah, but he's not coming until World Cup.
I do not understand.
And he's got to get his passport.
And it's cost him massively.
No, visa.
It's cost him massively.
Yeah.
I mean, injuries to Jimenez and Neto aren't helpful.
Obviously not. No, that's their entire strike
They have
force.
been horrific. 8 goals in the Premier League season after 15 games. Absolutely rubbish.
Standout performance.
Ruben Neves, 4 goals. He scored half their bloody goals.
Neves is a good player, though.
Yeah.
He's got to get out. But I think he'll wait now until the summer, because if Wolves get relegated, he's definitely got a relegation when he scores. I think they're my favourites to go down.
Yeah.
Unless Lopetegui doesn't matter.
Slap us on the table. F.
No.
F.
No.
F.
No.
F.
No.
F plus.
No.
F star. No.
E minus.
You can't put them on the same grade as Southampton.
I think I can.
No, you can't.
Because Southampton are a point ahead of them.
You can't put them on the same level as Chelsea.
Yeah. Compared to what I expect of Wolves,
F.
which is like 10th,
F.
and Chelsea, which is top
F.
3.
And Chelsea only 5 places off that.
Yes, but they look crap.
No,
Wolves.
No. F.
Relative.
We're going for an F.
Okay. Harry's going for an F,
No,
guys.
we'll be here all night until you
Just
say.
showing F and A at each
Until you
other.
say.
Okay, it's an F.
It's an F. There we go.
Who cares at the end of the
That's
day?
been the mid-season review.
Yeah. I hope this was a good podcast.
Yeah.
We wanted to try and talk about all the Premier League clubs. Realised that was going to be tough, so we tried to condense it into like 2 minutes. Which,
Rubbish, we didn't do that. We missed it by a mile.
yeah, not bad. About 30 minutes for some. But
Yes, because 3 times 20 is 48. Well done.
somewhere between 2 and 3.
Yeah,
2.5 minutes.
Yeah, it actually is exactly 2.5 minutes.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what we tried to do. Some clubs we barely discussed. Some we went really in depth and shouldn't have. But
Sometimes we didn't want to talk about.
Villa, we went on for way too long. Just waffle about Unai Emery.
Yeah, but we didn't really want to need to talk about Southampton.
But yeah, that is now the end of the Premier League season.
Yes.
Until after Christmas. Join us when we'll be live for that again. But now
Ding
we are into
dong
World
belly
Cup
on.
mode. This is official. It's World Cup time
Yeah.
now. Premier League content is done.
It's going on. It's going.
Hopefully.
What's going on?
But yeah, we are in World Cup setup. It's looking brilliant. And our World Cup predictions will be out tomorrow. So if you've enjoyed this, make sure to subscribe or follow for more if you're listening on Spotify. If you are listening on Spotify, head on over to the YouTube to check out the set.
Yeah.
It is looking really good for the World Cup.
World Cuppy.
There's a lot of flags basically.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like Denmark is the only one.
But
that
let's
can
not point any more out.
The only one that can actually see. Oh, there's my head down that. No, that was clear. That way, not so.
That is all. I think for the day. If you have enjoyed, leave a like, leave a comment, anything basically to support this video. Tell YouTube you're enjoying it. Tell us you're enjoying it, and then it gets pushed out to the masses, the billions of people out there missing out on our content.
Nearly 8 billion might hit 8 billion world population in December.
Thank you, Harry. If you're listening on Spotify, I hope you've enjoyed as well. Hop on over to the YouTube, get involved, subscribe. We're so close to 1K. We hit it, we unhit it, and now we've just gone
than the world
stagnant.
population.
Oh my gosh, what's up? We hit it, unhit it, and then we've gone stagnant for a week.
Actually 7 point. I don't know what it is.
So yeah, if you haven't subscribed, please make sure to do so. But yeah, that is all for today. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See ya.